Our first guest tonight is someone that I've been able to get to know a little bit over the last few years, and I'll tell you, this woman is one of the most dynamic and exciting people I've ever met. It's hard not to be excited when you're around her and you're able to hear and feel of her excitement. So I'm happy to introduce you tonight, one of our gold executives, Pepper Black Higdon. Pepper, would you share your story with these good folks?
Yes, I will. Thanks so much for having me on the call. It's so much fun to share my story. I came to ASEA a little bit reluctantly. Terry Latham called me in December of 2012 and sent me 4 cases of ASEA, the salt water from Salt Lake City, and told me it was this amazing product that he wanted to take to market. And at the time, as most of you know, I was suffering with an autoimmune that Terry did not know that I had. And I was sleeping about 17 hours a day. And it was fabulous because at the end of that first month, December, my 17-hour days turned into 10-hour days. And then by the end of January, my 10-hour days turned to 6-hour days. And I realized that, there must be something to this salt water. So I started sharing it with my friends. And I got about 30 of them on the product the initial first month. And they started taking the product. 3 months later, we met at my house and had a potluck and started talking about going around the room, what was everybody experiencing? And so taking ASEA had produced some pretty dramatic results pretty much across the board with everybody. But I think, Justin, what really was awesome about ASEA was at the time that Terry called me, nobody realized, of course, I didn't talk about my autoimmune with people. And nobody really realized that I was dealing with that. But they also didn't realize that I was financially terminal. So I was dealing with that. Physically, I was not doing so good, and financially, I was not doing so good. I was terminal. So I was excited that the first I started building the business, I made about $1,200 that first week, that first 10 days, and then really not made less than that ever since. And it was a lifesaver for me. And I always tell people when they get involved with ASEA and they, they hear about network marketing and they talk about, making, millions of dollars or thousands of dollars or whatever else. And I always tell people, don't ever underestimate what just $500 a month could mean to somebody, or even $200 a month could mean to somebody, or $1,000 a month. Because for me, it was just a couple $1,000s a month that I needed initially to be able to make it, to be able to not fall into the pit of despair, so to speak. ASEA has been a life-changing company for me. Physically, financially, emotionally, spiritually, it has totally crossed all aspects, all barriers in so many parts of my life. I was very blessed initially to have people come into my business like Dr. Kevin Haney and Dr. Eric Raz and Dr. Ralph Stevens those first years, and Vicki Childress, to be able to take this product and really run with it with me. And they believed in the product and had amazing results as well. And they needed to be able to benefit financially from this company. And it's been awesome to be able to say, here is a vehicle where we have this amazing product that does amazing things, and also you can make a living at it. I was talking to a doctor today that I signed up in ASEA, a chiropractor here in Knoxville, and it's kind of disheartening. The chiropractic community is not suffering physicians, in our with our Obamacare, but the chiropractic community is definitely suffering as well because of the insurance. And it was really nice to be able to talk to this man and be able to offer him hope that he would be able to not only continue to service his patients and give his patients something that would enable their bodies to heal and restore themselves at a cellular level, but also be able to talk to him about being able to come in and help to benefit his business financially also, and also be able to offer something to his staff and his patients, that if some of them needed to be able to make residual income, that we'd be able to offer that as well. I talked about from convention. So some of you may or may not have heard this story from convention, but I think it's really important to mention just my own story, in that the first 2 years that I was with ASEA, I really worked really hard to build my business. And I built it to a very solid gold business, which what that means is that every single week I am qualifying at the gold level. Well, in April of last year, some things started happening in my life that caused me to not be able to work. And I literally didn't work from April until January of this year. The nice thing is, the interesting thing is that although I was not able to work, my business continued to grow. And I also, Justin, was able to participate in the executive bonus pool. And I was able to make, I think my bonus was just a little over $9,000 that year, last year. So that enabled me to put my kids in private school. It enabled me to be able to meet financial needs. And while I was just being able to get used to my life the way that it was in my new environment, I didn't have to worry about my finances because my finances took care of themselves. And so I think that for some people that might be listening to this for the first time and maybe getting kind of dipping toes in the industry of network marketing and wondering, I wonder how this is going to feel or how this is going to fit in my life, I will tell you that if you work hard and you treat this business like a business and not a hobby, it will pay off. And the only people that fail in network marketing, Justin, are the people that quit. It is an industry, especially with this product. Oh my gosh, it's like we have no competition. We're like an island above our, on our own. We are able to offer somebody something at the cellular level that nobody else has, and so we're kind of set apart. And so with a product like ASEA and the industry of network marketing, it's kind of a win-win.
Wow, Pepper, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts and your story with us. As I said, your enthusiasm sure is contagious, and we're surely thrilled that you're a part of this great company. Pepper mentioned to me right before the call that she's actually got a long drive ahead of her tonight, so she's going to jump off the call so that she can get on the road, but we certainly appreciate you being on the call with us tonight, Pepper. Thanks again.
Thank you so much, Justin. Y'all have a blessed evening.
Okay, take care. See you, Pepper.